Okay, this is question 23. Have a go. Okay, right, we've been asked to calculate the upper bound and the lower bound. So the upper bound for pi is the absolute biggest number that pi could be. Now pi is worked out by dividing c divided by d. Now to make this as big as possible, c has to be as big as possible, but d has to be as small as possible. Okay, just go over that again. So for pi to be as big as possible, you want the numerator to be as big as possible, but the denominator to be as small as possible. So bearing that in mind, c is 170 millimeters to the nearest millimeter. Now that rounds up to, well, 170.49 recurring is really the absolute biggest it could be, but round down to 170. But for the purposes of bound questions, we call this 170.5. Okay, I know that would actually round up to 171, but so be it. We still use 170.5. So that's the biggest c could be. Now d needs to be as small as possible. 54 to the nearest millimeter can go all the way down to 53.5 and still round up to 54. So that divided by that give us an upper bound of 3.1869 ... Now, lower bound is the other way around. Pi's got to be as small as possible, so this time the top bit, c, has to be as small as possible, whereas d has to be as big as possible. So c can be as small as 169.5 and still round to 170, and d can be as big as 54.5 and still round down effectively to 54. As I said, it is really 54.49 recurring, but for bound questions we say 54.5. So that is the lowest value that pi can be.